How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another episode in the Damon's Redemption series. As you can see from here, we are in Imola for the San Marino Grand Prix, a legendary circuit for a legendary driver in his redemption run. Not much redeeming has been happening so far, unfortunately, as in Argentina we came a cropper once again to the bane of our existence in this series, the 107% rule, as we make sure we change our controller settings to our preferred settings. It did us well in Brazil. We finished second there, as we're just going to skip straight to qualifying on this one. So yeah, our 107% rule was our downfall once again. Last time out we didn't even get to the race, but hoping for something better this time, because Imola is a favourite track. I've driven it in loads of games, loads of different times. What a legendary track! Excellent to see it back. As I said in yesterday's episode on the Tyrrell's Last Dance series, a very successful one as well there in the Tyrrell's Last Dance series. If you haven't seen it, I'll not give spoilers. Go back and have a wee look at that if you so desire. But another great episode of that was had yesterday as well, as we head through to the hairpin. We need to reduce our speed a lot more than we did for that one. So brilliance in Brazil. We finished second from 19th on the ground. We were taken in by a Minardi at the end there that we thought was Mickey Hakkinen. It wasn't. It was a backmarker that we lapped. But yeah, that was unfortunate. From ecstasy to agony on that one. As we look at, that is a lot tighter than that. Oh my goodness, I'm going off the track. The chicane there a lot tighter than it was in the playthrough yesterday. Through Ravazza 1 and Ravazza 2. So coming up here to the final chicane. So the track looks a lot different to what it did yesterday. This is a lot wider. I wonder if they were using Formula 198 was using a 97 configuration. Just going to roll round here. There we go. And roll round here again. Let's go. So the lap record is 1:25.5, which was set by Heinz Harald Frentzen in the Williams the year prior, according to the graphic at the start, as we can closer hairpin. A lot better than we did the last time, as we're going to get right on the throttle once again, as we're up to 150 miles an hour up the hill here. Around the corner, we're losing a lot of speed. We are losing a lot of speed, but we'll get a banker lap in as we come through mineral water, Aqua Minerale. We did a lot better there than we did on the last one, as we're going to come up here to the lot tighter chicane. I don't think we need to take it that slowly right enough, but we'll see. So we'll do 3 banks of floor, 3 stints of floor, because I think in this one, oh my goodness, we did a bounce there. That car took a hell of a right turn there. We did bounce there. There was something happened there to the car, and it just bounced and just took a wild turn to the right there. That was unfortunate. That was really unfortunate there. We're going ahead here, so that's not going to be one that's not going to challenge anybody, as we've got a bit of traffic here from across. I need to try and get past. The 135 puts some provisional pole just now, but that's not going to stay there for very long. We need to get past that. Oh no! Oh dear. Right, so come in. Yeah, we'll come in now because that's that second flying lap ruined, pretty much. So we'll come in now. We'll come in at this one. A lot of different. This has got a lot more strategy to it than certainly the Rots it seems has. Here. Right. Back from in a rally. Just thingy, the car is just sliding all over the place. We're passed by a Williams or somebody. I'm not sure who that Williams is, but they've passed us anyway. And we've spun again. We have spun again. This has not been a good lap. This has not been a tidy lap by any stretch of the imagination. As I've pressed the button to take us inside the car. Oh, I'm all over the place here. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Look behind us. The car is very, very twitchy again here. We're going to come in at this one. This is a shocker of a lap. This is even worse than the one we've actually managed to put on the board here. So we'll just come in here. We'll see what is happening. So we'll advance the time a bit to see, give us an idea of what we are, what we're looking at here. So we'll accelerate the time a good bit here. So 1:30 was Mika Häkkinen's time. So there's Esteban Tuero there. So we're not far off Tuero's time or Verstappen. So 1:30. I can't imagine that 1:35 is going to get us racing on the Sunday. There he is, Ricardo Rosset, legend of the sport. To 1:30. So 1:30. I mean, that's not. I can't imagine that's going to be a pole time. So we'll head back out and we'll head straight to the race, shall we? Not the race, sorry, the next stint. Apologies. Here now, go. Oh my goodness. That was a sharp overtake by our Stewart. And that's put us off, as you can see here. So this isn't going to count for anything anyway, it's a non-timed lap. So let's just drifting something terrible here. The accelerate, the throttle is also very, very twitchy. So 125.5 is the lap record. We're not going to thingy. The pole time's not going to stay at 1:30. Certainly the pole time in yesterday's escapades with Ricardo Rosset, pole time was 1:22. 1:22, 1:23 in that sort of region, 1:22.8 I think. And then second and third were about a second and a bit behind. So 1:23. We need to be able to, I would say, yeah, being within 107% of a minute and 23. As the car takes another vicious turn to the right there, that was not anything that came through the controller there. Glad this isn't a timed lap. But this I'm now finding that the steering on this is very, very sensitive as well. More sensitive, I think, than the brakes and acceleration were on the previous controller setup. We head now to our first time lap. We'll just play this one by ear, I think. We're coming through to Tamburello. Was slammed on the anchors here. The corners on this one are a lot tighter than they are on Formula 198. I don't know which one's right. I don't remember Imola being that tight, to be honest. Even in the post 94, era to try and slow down the speed of the tracks. I thought there was somebody coming behind me. I thought I'd double check, but there was not. To head through Piratella here. We do a bit of rallying. You're not Ricardo Rosset, Mr. Hill. some of the performances so far in this, Jordan, Williams look justified. We're not doing much redeeming for Mr. Damon Hill. And we're actually slower than our best so far. That was a second down. I wouldn't mind being a second down on the whole time, but I do begrudge being a second down on our best time. So here we go. And we're going to get the slipstream off that Minardi there as we go 1:34.8, which I will take. Improvements every step of the way here. That's all we need. We're currently 16th of 22, so maybe, obviously the track isn't the same. Maybe I'm not looking like for like in terms of I struggle round the hairpin there. I was taking in that I was 1.2 seconds quicker. Yeah, we might not be looking like for like at full times here, because see, it is a lot tighter than the one we drove in the Tyrrell's Last Dance episode yesterday. There was a bit of rallying talking about Tyrrell's Last Dance and the Driftmaster Ricardo Rosset. So the lap time might be slightly slower, because obviously that lap time's different. Because the lap time for some tracks now is ridiculous because it's on a different setup. I think the lap record at Silverstone is a lot slower. Silverstone's a lot slower than what the guys go now, because the track's longer now. There's more tarmac to cover. I could be wrong on that, but has been known before. As I'm just about to be overtaken by this Minardi once again, because I'm doing a fair bit of rallying. We head round the last chicane there. I don't think we're going. We might improve actually. We might improve even still, which is quite. We did eventually, just about. So pace in the car. There is pace in the car there, and we've not had the dreaded note down the bottom telling us how far behind the 107% we are. So if we can get the car around, I think there is pace there. There is pace there. We've not obviously done as good there. We're not 1.2 seconds down as we were to begin the last lap. I think what we'll do is we'll call this the last flying lap of the stint, and then we'll come back out. We'll come in on 8. We're on lap 8, depending how this one goes, and then we'll just do that one last stint from there. But this is a lot tidier, certainly. Of a lap. We've managed to put a bit of distance between. There you go, 1.9. That's looking good. We have put a bit of distance between ourselves and that Minardi behind us, so we've not losing the dignity of having a Minardi chase us round. Yeah, there is a slight bump on the road there. I saw that. Yeah, I did lift slightly. You may have heard there we lifted slightly to not have that wicked bounce off the bump. So we're going to come round here. Oh my goodness, I don't know what happened there. That was a vicious right turn, and now we're drifting all over the place. Have I missed the pit entry? I'm going to try and go back. Oh my goodness. That was poor. That's echoes of Sebastian Vettel at Monza a couple of years ago. Just drove right back onto the racing line. That wasn't good. That was actually very, very poor. I apologise for anyone watching who are offended by that bit of driving there. I'm a bit offended myself. I'm not going to lie. That was poor on Damon's part. I'm not blaming myself. Blame Damon Hill. So we're seventh. We've done 7 laps. We're 16th. So there's poor Ricardo Rosset down there on 1:36. He's not adapting to this new layout of track. Fizzykel, as we talked there, has just put in a good lap. Where's Fizzy gone? He's gone 9th. So we are around 17th. Excuse me. So where is Ralph? He's 1:32. So he's in 8th there. So as long as we get guys below us, I'm thinking as long as we get guys below us, we're probably still okay for the 107%. As I say, we've not seen that dreaded time to 106. The time difference to the 107 time. So we'll just come out here and we'll finish. We'll do the last 3 flying laps, get some time, try and reduce the time on the timesheet and see what we can do. See what we can do to improve our starting position for the race on Imola Sunday. Round here, heading to the Tosa hairpin, so one that we've had some difficulty with. That seems to be a bit better. Need to watch that back end, though. The back end seat is desperate to pop out. The 1998 Jordan needs to be driven smoothly. I don't think it certainly doesn't perform well to as you can see there, very twitchy on sharp turns and sharp braking and acceleration, so it needs to be driven a bit more smoothly than your average bear. As we're going to come round here, watching for the bump, obviously. We'll come around there, we'll take that nicely. Going to slow down as we enter Rivazza 1 and towards Rivazza 2, and we are going to hoof it down towards the final chicane and onto our first flying lap of this, what is probably going to be our final stint in qualifying. As we now head down, we pick up the pace on the start finish straight, and we start the timing line now to head towards Tamburello corner, and we are going to get held up this time by a McLaren. And I now do know the difference between a McLaren and a Minardi. I got a bit excited in Brazil for those who've watched that. Thought we had the win in our hands, but it wasn't to be. Second place was all we could muster. We're 1.2 down on our best lap there. Heading up the hill out of the Tosa hairpin. We are 1.2 seconds down, so not our best first sector. Certainly not the best entry into Piratella there either. Oh, as we head off thing, head towards that mineral water. Yeah, not good there. So we've sort of wasted a lap, but not to worry. So we've lost the. Yeah, not a good start to the lap there. We're still 17. Going to improve on that one, and this one. Oh, I forgot about the bump. Just collect ourselves in this last bit of the lap. I'll try and get a good entry, a good exit, sorry, out of the final chicane, which we do there as we get back on the throttle and head through their next flying lap. Hopefully, it's going to be a lot tidier than that one. We've got a bit of distance between ourselves and the McLaren in front as well, so hopefully that's going to help. They're not going to be as much of a hindrance, not much of a moving roadblock as normal. We head through the Villeneuve S's here, as we have improved on our time a bit there, but unfortunately with improving on the time, we have actually caught up to this car in front of us. Can't tell if we're on a flying lap or not. They're all over the road, so they don't actually. They're a racing line all to themselves here. They're trying passing driven in front of me. What the hell are you doing, man? It was not a McLaren, it's a bloody Minardi again. I'm saying we have managed to find the difference between a McLaren and a Minardi. He just drives right in front of me. Still, somehow we've managed to be 3 seconds down on our best time, despite hitting the back of a Minardi, just taking up all the road that he wanted there. Well, coming round Rivazza there, done quite well to get through there. We almost came a cropper to the bump as well, as we're just coming up now. Good entry and exit into the final chicane, please. Not as good there, lost a bit of time. Run wide as well. This is very messy, a very, very messy end to the lap there. But what are we going to finish on? It's a 1:39. That puts us 4th. So that would have been an excellent lap had we not made a mess of that last chicane there. So we have found the pace. Damon is back for this one. Hopefully it's not another false dawn, but hopefully we can just put Australia down to getting used to the controls, getting used to the new car and how it operates, and Argentina down to just being Argentina. As we know, Argentina has not been kind to us over the years in all the series so far. Ricardo Rossi last time out in Argentina was probably the best we've performed, and even that has had a disappointing end to it. Thank you, Johnny Herbert. But no, this is looking good. Almost some more Minardi heartbreak. Minardi mayhem has been caused by the all black car there. We're half a second down on our best time here, but we do know that his time is the lap on the final chicane. But let's see what we can do not on this one, as the bump has we've come a cropper of the bump again. So we have lost some time there. We'll see. We'll obviously push to the very end of the lap. We are a competitor after all. We are a former world champion. Oh my goodness. So I act like a former world champion. Damon, oh my goodness again. Okay. So we've lost. The bad thing here is we've lost a lot of momentum. We've lost a lot of momentum coming out onto the start-finish straight to do our final lap. This is it. It's currently still sitting in 4th. So that'll be an excellent starting position. Considering how we started in Brazil, we managed to make up a lot of places right at the very start in Brazil. So let's hope we put ourselves in a good position. Damon Hill could be getting Jordan's first win, as he did in real life, but just that tiny bit earlier. He did it in Spa this year with that chaotic start in Spa. Could he do it? Could he do it at Imola? As we come round here, we're going to get a bit of traffic again as we enter and exit Aqua Minerale. And we've been, we were so focused on the traffic that we didn't focus on keeping the car on the tarmac. We've lost 3 seconds. I don't think we're going to gain 3 seconds back. There's a Stewart coming in from absolutely nowhere. As I watch the bump, I lift off to avoid the bump. I need to avoid a Stewart. I need to avoid spinning the car as well. There is definitely a McLaren in front of us now, I think. No, that might be a Tyrrell actually. Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Oh my goodness. Chaos at the end of this lap. Not going to beat this one again, but we're going to overtake. Overtaking a Tyrrell there. Make ourselves feel good. As we now find out that we did manage to stay in 4th place anyway. So DC takes pole, 9 tenths ahead of us. Mika Hakkinen in second, his teammate. Then we've got Schumacher. We split the Ferraris there. So we start 4th between Michael Schumacher and Eddie Irvine, and then we have Alex Wirtz in 6th there. So hopefully we can get off to a good start. We'll head to the race now for round 4 of the San Marino Grand Prix. We won't have the practice session prior to the race. We'll just skip that session, not have the warm-up, and we will start the race here. So 6 laps of Imola between us and another points paying finish, hopefully we can get that there. So there's Rossi, Meccano starting for the back, Verstappen, Tuero, Pedro Diniz, Rubens Barrichello, Jarno Trulli, Toro Takagi, Mika Sal, Olivier Panis, Jean Alesi down in 12th, Johnny Herbert in 11th, Fizzy in 10th, and you have our teammate Ralph in 9th, Frenson being out-qualified by his teammate Williams number 1. Then you have the top 6 we mentioned: Wirtz, Irvine, ourselves, Damon Hill, Michael Schumacher, Mika Hakkinen, and starting from pole is DC, as we're just about to pass our lofty car in 4th there. Here we go. 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Go, go, go! As we burn out on the track, but we've managed to overtake Michael Schumacher. We've actually not had a bad start. Hakkinen gets in front of Coulthard as well, as we are now in 2nd after a good start. We thought we had a bit of we were wheel spinning there, had a bit of wheel spin at the start, and Mika is away. He is bombing away here already. So we need to focus on making sure we keep a position as we spin. Oh my goodness, drama here on the first lap. We have spun out of second place. We're now down in 8th. I was just saying we need to consolidate our position in second, and we're now down to 10th. Oh, everyone is passing us. Oh, this is a nightmare for Damon. Oh, there's cars everywhere. I think we've just collided with Fizzy there. We have. I think we've just taken him out. As Benetton sort of went off to the right there. That might have been, there was a thing, it was a bit of contact. We now need to avoid our teammate Ralph, who's, oh my goodness, we are all over the place here. Drama here to start the San Marino Grand Prix. We have dropped now down to 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th now. Oh, we are going backwards. Oh, we got off to such a good start, and this has been a dramatic first lap. Now we've got it all now. We're gonna need to do a lot of work now, even just to get back into the points. Oh my goodness, that is carnage on the first lap here. We had such a good start. We managed to get up to second. As soon as I say that we need to start consolidating our place in second, and then spin as we're coming up. Oh, we're in 13th as we cross the timing line there. Nightmare start for Damon Hill. As we head now to Tamburello, we've now collided with someone else. This has just been carnage to begin here. To begin the San Marino Grand Prix for Damon Hill. We should be happy to begin with that we actually are able to race. We've not had another DNQ, but when you start in 4th place and get yourself up to second before the first corner, now that we're down in 12th and halfway through lap 2, it's just an absolute nightmare as we've got another Saubert related roadblock in front of us, as Jean Alesi is doing his best not to let us past. We're now up to 10th as we've got another Saubert in front of us. Alesi's teammate Johnny Hepburn, we've spun again! What is happening? We are now down to 13th. What is happening here? Didn't do any of that in qualifying, and now we are all over the shop. As we've spun again, what is happening? There must be something wrong with the car, there must be damage. So we're coming around here. Now to the end. I mean, my goodness, we are going to be miles back now. We've just hit Mika Salo now as well, and his Minardi somehow up in 13th. So we're now 13th. We're going to need to pass Jean Alesi again. In fact, this isn't going to be Jean Alesi, we're that far back. This is Olivier Panis. As we've hit Olivier Panis now as well there. What is happening? Carnage all over. Damon Hill thinking it's Mario Kart more than the San Marino Grand Prix here. Although I do think I was brake checked a bit there by Olivier Panis. I'm putting it down to that. This has just been a wild race so far for Damon. Yeah, again, happy to be here, happy to be racing. We're 5.5 seconds down from Jean Alesi, who we've passed in this race 3 times. On our goal now in this one is probably now just to finish the race in one piece. I think points are now probably out of the question, as we managed to almost spun there again. Look at all the skid marks, and that is purely from us on our adventures in these first 2.5 laps. We managed to get we managed to take 2 seconds out of Alesi, but I don't think that there's a big gap between Alesi and the rest of the pack. This has not been a good race at all for Damon. Again, with 2 DNQs and now an absolutely shocking San Marino Grand Prix. Maybe there's no redemption for Damon. Maybe this is vindication for Williams. He did have that good race in Brazil, but no, who knows? We're now battling our way up to 12th here. We're going to get a Lacey at some point in this lap. We've got to think if we can keep the car on the tarmac, that is. As we're heading round now to Villeneuve once again. Come up to the hairpin. We've managed to take that 5 seconds out of John Lacey. Try not to spin, Damon. You were thinking about it there again. The car was thinking about it again. As we're now going to overtake John Lacey for what seems like the 5th time in this race in 4 laps. As Herbert is now in front of us now as well. Don't know where the other cars in front of Johnny Herbert are. Got to be thinking, in 2.5 laps left, we've got to be at least still hoping for points. But, I mean, that was damage limitation, absolute damage limitation at this point, because we are now all over the place again. Because at one point we were second in that. Not 3 laps ago were we second, and now Damon is doing his best Ricardo Rosset impression and going all over the track here. Here we go. Herbert's now miles in front of us. Don't even know where the points paying positions are at this point. They're certainly not on the grass. This has been absolute chaos. So I can see the 10th place marker there, but he's a good bit of tarmac between us and him. 2 laps remaining, including this one. So run round here, Villeneuve once again. 3 seconds apparently between us and Johnny Herbert. It doesn't look like 3 seconds, it's certainly not 3 seconds now, because we are racing up the hill towards him. But I'm not counting any chickens before they're hatched on this race, because this has been just pure chaos from start to finish. There is a car there in front of Herbert, it's 9th, as I overtake my countryman, but he overtakes me right back because I, of course, overshoot the corner. So we've got a bit of distance now between us and Lacey, and hopefully we can get Johnny Herbert here before the bump in the road, the literal bump in the road. Although Johnny Herbert is our bump in the road right now, it looks as if we were actually connected there for a second. Reminiscent of the first episode of the Tyrrell's Last Dance, where Ricardo Rosset was battling Johnny Herbert for the last point. If we can, there is some. I've somehow managed to catch up with some cars in front of us. I don't know how many there are, but I can see 9 in the distance there. We're currently 10. We have now cleared Johnny Herbert. How many cars are there? 2. So that's going to just take us to 8th. As I'm just warming up the tyres there for some reason. Let's just maintain a top 10 finish here, and try and get some respectability back in this one. There's Fizzy, 3.5 seconds, 3.6 seconds down the road. Call it 3.7 for the 1,000th of a second there. Currently, this would obviously be a points paying finish. They'd make up a couple of places in a couple of years. That would have been a points paying finish as well. They would change it down to the points down to 8th. But on this one, no cigar for 10th or 8th. 6 is the points paying position, as you know. As we're going to take Fizzy, going round the bump, and we were just too close to the bump. We couldn't even. So now in 10th. That's the leaders crossing the line now. Michael Schumacher finished 3rd. There's Eddie Irvine finishing 4th. Wirtz makes up a place. He finishes 5th. Williams number 1 is in 6th. As we've overtaken Fizzy there at the end, and we're going to finish 9th, just behind our teammate Ralf Schumacher in 8th. So that was an interesting race to say the least. Great start, and then just chaos ensued as soon as we got into second place. So yeah, no, our best lap was 1:34. So we didn't even match the qualifying time that we got. So there is your podium. We have Mika Hakkinen, who was like miles out in front. He flew away off the line, past DC Doors and was right into the distance. He is taking another win. There's DC in second, Michael Schumacher there in third. Unfortunately, we don't make the podium again, as we thought we might have done. So Mika finishes first there, as we said, rounding up the points. Eddie Irvine, Alex first, and Williams number 1 gets his first point of the season. Frentzen, his teammate, was just behind him, and then we've got Ralf, ourselves, Fizzy, Johnny Herbert, Jean Alesi, Panis, Salo, Takagi, and that's about as low as we got. We didn't tangle with Jarno Trulli, Rubens Barrichello, Pedro Diniz, Esteban Tuero, Jos Verstappen, Shinji Nakano and Ricardo Rossi. We've got guys that are down there at 2 minutes behind. I don't know how they managed to be 2 minutes behind with a 1:30 lap time. They didn't complete the race, I don't think. But we move on. So there is, yes. So that's I don't know what we're showing here. We've got a 2 minute lap time of some description. So we're moving on to the driver standings. Mika extends his lead once again over his teammate DC in by another win, 34 points, 14 points ahead of Coulthard. Michael Schumacher's 2 points behind him. In third, we have got Eddie Irvine now with 8 after 3 points in this one. Frentzen and ourselves 5th and 6th on 6 points. Alex first with his 2 points, leapfrogs Johnny Herbert into 7th. Johnny Herbert there with his 4, and we've got a gaggle of drivers there. Jean Alesi, Williams number 1, Toru Takagi on 1 point. As we go to the driver standings, McLaren again miles ahead. They are the car to beat this season. And the constructors, they've extended their lead by another 9 points over Ferrari. As we go there, but we've got all but 4 teams have now scored a point. Stewart, Arrows, Minardi and Prost are pointless so far. So that is going to be us for another week. Thank you all very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to see more from the channel and from any of the series ongoing or series past, please consider subscribing to the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. But until next week, I wish to say thank you once again for watching, and have a good one.